determined, no further notice shall be required.
So,
we could go.
You don't want to be here right now? I mean, you don't have to be here, right? We are having a meeting of the members of this association.
I'm just informing you that you have not gone through the proper procedure. I can walk you through it. It'll take just a couple minutes, and then you will be legal.
At quarterly, so only 4 meetings a year.
Keep it down. Keep it down. Go ahead.
How does that get the meeting done?
You have to respond to the point of order by saying it's well taken.
Or it's not taken. Not well taken.
It's not well taken. Just move on.
All right. Okay. Yeah. We this board from the day we set before we even got voted in we said we're going back to monthly meetings. Everybody knows that, and that was decided by the board.
But
then,
there was no motion. There was no second, no discussion. We can do that easily within 3-5 minutes.
Okay, we make a motion that we go to monthly meetings as we have.
I got it right here.
Okay.
No, you understand. This is a board meeting. You do not make motions per second.
So we can vote.
I'll make the motion.
We're going to vote on that right now.
What's the motion?
That we go to monthly meetings as we've always said we will. It's already been established, but we'll vote right now.
If you just walk through it with me, it's really quick.
We've done it. No, we don't want anymore. Okay, let's take a vote across the board. Monthly meetings are back to quarterly and no meetings, which we had before. Monthly meetings. Okay, the vote passes.
No, you skip step 3, which is debate.
Okay.
You need to have discussion.
Okay. Let's move on.
So the debate that I have is, does the board wish to change the start time to 6 p.m.?
Let's move on.
He runs Hawaii Track.
Yes or no?
Keep it down. Keep it down.
Keep the chatter
No, we
down.
moved on. We moved on. We had a vote. We're having monthly meetings. Let's go. Roll call.
It's amazing.
Okay,
It's an asset.
Smiley Burrows,
Here.
Janice Tucker,
Here.
Richard Willing,
Here.
Roger Kendall,
Yes, here.
and I'm here, John Segala, and it's my understanding that Greg announced he wouldn't be here, and I just learned a short while ago that Al's not gonna be here. So that's where we're at.
But we have a quorum.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, and we do have quorum.
So as last week we said, we get as we speak, we got 3 minutes to speak. Or say, okay, we got to get through a lot of business tonight. We got committee presentations. Before we go to open discussion, please raise your hand if you want to speak out. We'll acknowledge you.
Yeah. There looks like there's no mic on the mic stand, but there is. It's very small. But after we do our committee, our presentations from the officers, then it'll be an opportunity after we can hear from committee members as well. So just bear with us until we get to that point, please.
All right, we need to accept the minutes from the last monthly meeting. The minutes are up there. If you haven't already seen them, they were distributed already to the board members, so we've seen them. Any corrections to the minutes?
Yes.
We need to discuss.
We discussed last time the sunshine law and my request as a director to have my objections to the improper motions be an addendum. You agreed that you look into it. Did you look into it? What'd you find out?
Can we hold for a second? I hear somebody that's not here is on a, the YouTube is not working.
I just got it
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
So my question is, did you check into the sunshine law and the director's right to have an addendum placed on the record?
No. Did we? No.
No.
We agreed last time that we have everything recorded, and so if the person wants to go back and find it, it's there. You spoke out. It's on the recording, and we said last week that that's what we're going to have going forward. So it doesn't have to be in the minutes. The minutes are clearly what happened today, not what was just said today. Right, and that was discussed last time.
I think you don't understand what I said, but go ahead, continue.
So, any corrections to the minutes, or
Okay.
can you anybody second? All right, minutes are approved as they're written on the table there if you want them. Okay. President's report. This past month has been busy, but it's been just, a lot of odds and ends. There's a new map on the wall there. That is Leilani. The black is the lava flow, so you can see exactly where what happened to our association, given that map right there. The county buyout lots are in red on there. So every 108. This is last month. 188 lots are on that map right there. And the county. That's going to evolve because the county says they're going to be buying out lots through the end of this year. So through this year, we'll be placing more. We'll be updating that monthly from the county as they buy more properties. So that today, last month, that is current 188 lots that they own right now. So
Awesome.
say again.
Are there copies of that map that we might get?
No.
We can post it on the
No.
website.
We could take a picture of that and post it on the website.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Or take a picture of it.
Yeah.
And then you can copy it.
Last month.
Okay.
Last month, Michael, the maintenance guy, gave us a report, and he was looking for a pole saw to trim overhanging branches on the streets. We got him a pole saw, so he's out there now. You'll see him out there working. All right. We've been busy this past month reviewing our insurance policies that we inherited from the prior board. We have 4 different insurance policies. They're all by the same broker in Honolulu. And so anyway, we've been going through them, Jim Friedman and myself, and we're meeting with them next week with the company out of Honolulu, but also with a local insurance company that might be able to give us a better package than what we have right now. So we're spending a lot of time on that past month. We've been getting a lot of complaints about dogs. Dog complaints coming to this office. The policy in the past, and I'm not sure that it was with the previous board or not, but the policy in the past was if you get a warning about your dog on the street, Neighborhood Watch has to take a picture of the dog. They have to follow. They need to tell us where that dog lives. It's a $50 fine. And so, regardless of whether you want to accept the fine or not, we will put it on we'll add it to your assessment. We're going to get the money at some point. But yeah, the dog policy, we're going to have to reestablish that so everybody's clear on it, because we're getting complaints every week on dogs attacking people on bicycles, attacking people running. There's just too many loose dogs around here. Okay, so.
Okay. So if a resident saw a dog and they knew its owner and photographed it to prove that it's unleashed, that wouldn't suffice? It has to be a neighborhood
No,
watch?
it doesn't have to be neighborhood watch.
Okay, so it could be a homeowner as well.
Yeah. And in the past, it was always people from the architectural committee that had to go out there and approach the owner and tell, hey, and here, your dog's been seen. Here's a picture. You can have this, and here's the policy, and it's a $50 fine. So we'll get that going again, because it's just we get more every week. All right. We made a speed bump decision, we think. So tonight, later, we're going to vote on that. Mark Oney was here. He brought it up last board meeting, and we do own 1 speed bump, so we're going to find a home for that. We have committees that were established based on what was brought up at the general membership meeting in April. I call it committees. I still call it committees, but it's volunteer working groups as well as it is. There's nothing official. They don't report to me. I'm not on the tail. I'm on architecture only, but I have nothing to do with those teams. But there's a lot of great energy. You'll hear it tonight on some of these reports, where they're at, what they're doing. We need to put a lot of this stuff to bed. Some of it could be more short term. Some of it's going to take us forever. Like that map, eventually, every property on the edge of that black area has to be defined whether that's a lava lot or not. It may have a little bit of lava on it, but is that a lava lot? The lava lot committee is the one that's going to give us here's the lava lots, because whether we assess them or don't assess them, and that working with the county and Douglas Lake, our list has to match their list because they're not charging property taxes on the list that they have is a lot. So anyway, that committee's got a lot of work to do. That'll take a while. I went to 18th of last month was the Paradise Park Board of Directors meeting, and I decided to go and sit in on see how their Board of Directors meeting was. They have 8,800 lots, so it's huge. They have 9 people on their board. We sat there and sat there and sat there. There was 3 people up there. They were all their telephones calling around. They couldn't get more than 3 people to the board meeting, board members. And so we had to wait, they had to delay the meeting. Finally, all of a sudden, you saw people show up. They finally got 5 people to come up to be a quorum so they could have a meeting. There was a subdivision that large. They got 18 people, counting myself, 18 people to the board meeting. There's just no interest in it. The ones that were there all have complaints, and I went there looking for who do they use for liability insurance. So maybe we can pull something from that, right? So I went there looking for that. They all said and done. They adjourned the meeting into an executive session and talked about lawsuits. But they have lawsuits. They're fighting just like we have lawsuits. We're fighting, and they're spending a lot of money. The difference they have with 8,800 lots, their dues are $4.25 or $4.50 a year. So they bring in $3.5 million. So they got a lot of money to spend through the year versus what we have. So it's much, that part's much different. But it was their biggest issues, and the lawsuits are all about road. They got terrible dirt roads, and the members complain about that, and they fight over that. And, they want the roads paved, which they're slowly doing. They have mailboxes that are, they don't have mail service like we have to the door, so they got those big group mailboxes, and they're blocking traffic on the road, and so they're using Paradise Park has lots within Paradise Park that they own. They're supposed to be small parks within Paradise Park. Well, now they're taking some of those lots because the board has decided they're going to put in these parking places for, they got hundreds of mailboxes on one lot. And you're going to pull in there and you're going to check your mail, get you off the main roads. Yeah. But those lots were intended to be parks, not mailboxes. So they're fighting lawsuits as we are.
6 at one time.
They had 6 lawsuits going 2 years ago, and now they're quite happy to only have 2 right now. So they're doing well.
Wow.
The one really interesting issue, which we're going to be faced with in the last few days, a couple of people contacted me, is the architectural guy saying, Rich, the county allows you build a house, you can have an Ohana on that lot. And if you drive through Paradise Park, the new houses they're building, these spec houses, there's an Ohana also. They're building, you get double when you buy the property. They have no covenants, no CCNRs, so they can do anything they want there. So people asking me, Rich, can we put an Ohana on our property? The county's approved it. You can have an Ohana on a 1 acre lot with your primary residence. Leilani CCNRs don't allow that. We have one house, one primary residence for one structure per lot. So I'm telling them, no, you can't do that. There's already a lot of them here. The issue then at Paradise Park becomes, if you buy that house and it has an Ohana in the back, we're going to charge you double the annual assessment. I mean, why not? You got twice the people using the property, using our roads, using our facilities. So that's become a huge issue for them, and they're probably going to be fighting lawsuits over that one. But something we're going to end up having to address the same issue at some point, because there are lots of Ohanas here too. And anyway, today the word is they're not allowed. Okay, it's one structure, one house per property, period. So that's it. We looked into the septic improvement here, septic upgrade here has come up a few times, and as the Neighborhood Watch grant money was being talked about, I looked into there and real quick thinking maybe we could fund that through there, but we went to the county water people, the sewage people, the health department, and they said yes. Leilani has 2 cesspools here that are going to have to be filled in and a closed septic system installed at some point, but not till 2050. So today, that's not on the radar. We can forget about that. We're good for another 10 years, okay? So 2050, they said is a deadline for doing that. So that we clarified that. The only other thing I got is Gregor Ilagan is doing a Puna tour in December, through the month of December. He's hitting all the neighborhood watches. I mean, not neighborhood watches, but HOAs. And we initially weren't on the list, but we got on the schedule. He's going to be here on December 16th. So just for your information, I mean, so by then we should know what's going on down at Poiki on the boat ramp and all that by December 16th.
Mhm.
But we'll do a poster so you can see it, and he'll be here in this room right here on the 16th. Okay, like from 5 to 7 at night. It's in the evening thing that he normally does it. So 5 to 30, 7:30. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Any questions for me on that?
Yes. You're working on the insurance. I found trying to find contractors to perform some of this work, but they have to buy a supplemental because they're allowed zone 1. I'm asking if you can, when you talk, if there can be a rider that we can possibly then bring our local skilled trade people in to do this work. I'm just asking you to ask. The dog policy, if I can find a copy of that, I should send it to you or,
Send it to me.
okay? And I just want
I have one. I actually have
oh,
one. I found the original.
and
Oh, okay.
so you're definitely calling them teams, not committees.
They're volunteer working groups. They're not committees. No.
Interesting. Thank you.
Volunteer working groups. Yeah. All right. Smiley.
I think so. Okay. You want me to brief about?
Sure.
Is that what?
Yeah. Let them know where we're at. Sure.
Yeah. So, in regards to the legal issues, it's still ongoing, and next week and 2 more meetings this month will make a lot of determinations for us to understand what's going to happen with answers from the judge. So that's what we're pretty much waiting on. Sorry?
After
the reports come.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's it right now. I'll do the committee
Yeah.
stuff later.
Treasurer.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a total between all the accounts of $287,000. The accounts receivable is still up in the air. I know we have some people working on the members list. So we can start, as we get some that are already done, we're gonna start sending letters out saying, hey, we see that you moved. These are your dues, you have to, we can only go back 6 years, so as far back as we can go. So on the books, it looks like we have 616,000, but I've already found like 147,000 we have to write off because it goes back to 2008, 1998. So I can only go back 6 years. Want to start renewing liens on properties. I noticed like a lot of people in the lava lots, they didn't have a lien put on them, and we could have gotten that money from the county. So we keep losing money in different ways. So right now, what I'm going to do, because this stack right here is 2021 vendors I have no information on. Okay, so I'm going to do 22, 24, and 25 because I need it to get our taxes done. And then we'll just start digging into the old database and find out stuff going on. But this is the month of June. These are the numbers I know that are exact. like on our P&L in the books, we have $1.8 million in retained earnings. No, we don't. The retained earnings account has just been someplace that if you didn't know what to do with a transaction, you threw it in there. Other people working, huh?
Quick one, now this, you're saying the accounts receivable 616, but 140 you think realistically has to be
Yeah.
written off.
Yeah.
So really we're at 450. Okay.
It's been open for
Okay.
15, 20 years, you know? But we may be able to collect on, I wrote everything up prior to 2020. So, the 287,000 is really not that much money right now. I'm kind of hoping we can get in maybe another 300 once we start doing the mailing and get some of that past due stuff out. We'll waive late fees and everything else like that because it's our fault that we didn't keep up on the members list. I can't charge people for an error on our side. I'm writing up a policy and procedure, but I think I'm going to remove any accounting from the office, and I'll be doing it so the new books will stay clean. She can do the regular paperwork and everything else, but right now, once I get the new books up, I want to keep handling it until we get maybe an accountant in the office. Part-time, they could be 3 days a week, somebody can do it. Okay?
Thank you. Okay,
Thanks, Janice.
You're welcome.
okay.
Secretary?
Report. I wanted to acknowledge all of the folks that helped put together the 4th of July party. First off, all the volunteers who were out there from the beginning, digging holes and chopping wood and stacking rocks and getting dusty and dirty, and all the neighborhood watch people who helped set up the tables, everybody that made that happen. That was a fantastic feed, and it was nice to see so many people out there, and the hula dances were fantastic. It was just a really good time, and I just wanted to take the time to say thank you to everybody who participated and brought some food to share. It was great to have so many varieties of dessert before they blew off the table. And okay, and then so right now I've been working on answering questions and facilitating questions to the appropriate people. Sometimes we get inquiries through the website, and they want to know why they haven't been billed, and a lot of times these questions all filter down to Janice. People are requesting information on back taxes. They're preparing work for committees, and they need certain things. And most of the time, I have to call up Janice and make an appointment to get together and bring my request to her because she's processing these things. And so I'm doing a lot of back and forth, trying to keep committees fed with what they're asking me for so they can carry out the important tasks that the members have asked for at the members meeting. The committees are working independently on their own, and they're all moving at different rates of speed. There's different makeups. Not every committee is packed with members. Others, they have a comfortable number and they're producing what they need to do, and it's encouraging to see that. So I'm doing what I can to facilitate that as the treasurer, as the secretary. Here's that money.
You can have it.
And also I've been coordinating with a contractor in Leilani who's volunteered to paint the bathrooms for free, as long as I clean them, scrub them with some kind of TSP type stuff. So I just had a look in the bathroom for the first time in a year. I think I better rewrite the contract. I'll do the painting. Anyhow, so, and also a Leilani resident has donated all the materials, the paints, the supplies, everything. So that was fantastic. And let's see, what else? I'm gonna keep it short because we have so much to get onto. I don't need to blather on any further. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Committee reports. Let's crank through those. With the forensic audit. We have an audit committee.
Should we all?
Yeah, Phil Denny.
One at a time, or?
Like the committee's formed. They, as a committee, they decided who's going to groups. Working groups, but I'm saying as that working group formed up, they decided who's going to lead that working group. So
Yes.
This is Phil Denny.
Thank you. The audit working group consists of myself, Tom Mason, and Pete Wilson. We wanted to clarify a couple of things before we start. It turns out that there's more than one kind of an audit. There's multiple kinds. We're talking in this situation about two specific kinds, general audit and a forensic audit. The general audit is an examination of the association's books to certify completeness and accuracy. This is mandated by our bylaws, Article 10, Section 1, which says the board shall, not might, not could, not, shall appoint an auditor. 2, it says no director or member of the organization can be the auditor. They have to be independent. And 3rd, the auditor shall, as required by the board of directors, examine the books and issue a report within 30 days. So this is the general audit. The forensic audit is an audit that is designed to discover fraud or malfeasance. The forensic audit is secondary to a motion that was adopted by the members at the annual members meeting in 2025. It's not something we can ignore. That's something that is mandated that we do. Research to date. We had a meeting yesterday with a person in Hilo by the name of Chris Hannigan. Runs a business called Midnight Oil, which is a business support services and bookkeeping organization. We shared our QuickBooks with him, and he said, with a very cursory look at them, that our books are a mess. He said, that's a quote, and he said that our books are really not set up correctly, particularly in regards, as I understood what he said, to the members list. It's designed to be monitored by owners who change frequently, and he said it should be administered by the land, by the lots. So it's not whether an owner paid the assessment; it's whether the lot paid the assessment. And he said that was something that he would recommend changes. He made a proposal to us. And he said that what he would propose is that he and his team do a cleanup of our books. A cleanup is not an audit. He's not an auditor, but he would go through the books and characterize everything, change what needed to be changed, and in order to prepare for a general audit. He said to clean up the members list over the previous 3 years was going to cost somewhere around $8,000. This would include revising the membership list. He said he could take that function, and that would be included in that price. He said he was also available to provide ongoing business support services, including management of QuickBooks, providing and producing monthly reports, P&L and balance sheets. He said that he would do our ongoing stuff, preparing taxes, managing the membership list, managing correspondence, managing vendors, managing the books, payments, reconciliation of bank statements, et cetera, which is everything that our office manager is doing now. And he said he would do that for $800 a month, which is less than half of what we're paying now for what I would argue is much less services. Our plan as a working group is to continue to get audit proposals. We have an appointment with Carbonaro, who's done our books for a long time. We have a lead on some others. We've also started looking at forensic auditors. These are rare. They are uncommon. There's only one that we've identified on this island, and he's in Hilo. He comes well recommended, and he did a forensic audit in HPP 3 years ago. It's unclear what the price would be. I heard a number bandied around about $15,000 to do that. However, that would imply that this forensic audit has to be a deep dive down to transaction level. I'm not sure that we really need that. I'm not at all certain that there's any fraud to discover. And my proposal to him would be to choose a period to do a forensic audit and then choose 1 week out of each quarter or 2 weeks out of each quarter and look at those very carefully. And then if they demonstrated something, then we could go further. This may be a way to save us some money. So anyway, that's what's going on with the audit committee, and we're going to continue this process and get this done. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any questions?
So, hasn't he already done a lot of this?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
That we have to pay somebody $8,000?
Yes. Yes, we're mandated by our bylaws to do this, and the auditor has to be independent. That we don't have any choice about it.
For rent.
I'm sorry?
For any audit.
No, that's just the general, regular audit. The forensic audit is different, and again, I don't have as much information about that as I would like, particularly what it's gonna cost. Again, I would argue that we have a mandate to do it that we cannot ignore. This was mandated by the members, and is something we should do. But again, there will be more information next month as we get things together. Our goal is to get something to the board to make some decisions about within the next month or so we can get this going. We'd like to get this finished before the board is reelected. So,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay.
yes, Ron.
If you bundle the two, the 15 and the 8, and they know that ahead of time, do we get a little discount?
They're two separate audits.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, Richard is going to give an architectural committee.
Yeah, architectural, we're just trying to get off the ground. We haven't really done anything as far as that. We approved one set of plans this past month is all, didn't have a carport, garage, or driveway apron, so went back to them. They went back to their drafting company, and we got the plans back that did have the driveway, garage, and they called out for a driveway apron. So anyway, we're getting into that more and more, and we're soon. Soon as we've got there's three of us. I got 3 people volunteered to help out, and pretty quick here we'll get copies of the CCNRs and start driving the roads with the help of the neighborhood watch to flag any property that's being developed and make sure they know what the covenants are. You know, it's got to be over 800 square feet. Got to have a 2-car carport in the garage. Got to have a driveway front. So anyway, we'll get rolling on that real quick.
I have a question. In the past, I've had problems with, let's just say problems with neighbors over CCNR issues. And whenever I've sought guidance from the board, I've never really gotten anywhere. And the explanation that sticks out in my mind the most is this: if somebody does something bad and they put up a shack or something, we write them a nasty letter, and and then we tell them to respond. And if they don't respond, we write them another nasty letter. And if they don't respond, then we write them another nasty letter. So in other words, there's no teeth, according to past boards, about what they can do. And it's like, I wonder, I'm not trying to be critical, but of the efforts that you're talking about, but I'm thinking, do we carry a stick when we go to visit the people, or do we have a stick, or is it just carrots? Please don't do this.
In the boards in the past, we threaten to put liens against their property. They don't want to follow the rules. We put a lien against their property. At some point, we could foreclose on those properties, but it's never happened here in Leilani. But Yeah, and we used to work, architecture committee and neighborhood watch worked hand in hand before. And we would get neighborhood watch for the next 2 weeks. They don't do a patrol. They just sit in front of that driveway and record any number, any light plates go in and out. And we just kind of threaten the people in that way that, hey, we don't want you in this neighborhood. You know, you're not going to build there. You're not going to follow our rules. You don't want to go by that. Then we don't want you here. And we just, you know, you do what you can do. And yeah, we'll fight it. We'll fight it. You know.
If we had like a law firm working with us, would it be like a good idea to have them send them an official letter and say, you know, this is the options type of thing?
We used to have an attorney right in Pahoa, and we'd be there every other week.
Yeah.
Every other week with another property that the guys write letters to. That was Van Leer before.
Yeah.
And then we put liens against the property, so that's all we can do. And the realtors know that they can't sell the property without satisfying that, you know, our lien. And so yeah, that's all we do.
Thank you. Okay, the CC&R bylaw committee, Jim Freeman, did you want to speak?
Sure.
Okay.
He's just coming off vacation, so he's well rested.
I'm still crashed out. Real quick, we've got a first draft. We've got what we think is the final draft of changes we want to make to the bylaws to allow electronic voting and to allow electronic communication. This is not major changes to the bylaws. We're not trying to change how the board operates or how votes are, the numbers of quorum and all those sorts of things. This is simply adding mechanisms to make it cheaper and easier for everybody in the community to participate, whether they live here or not. We're going to be publishing that to the entire community in conjunction with the people who are going out and asking for emails and everything else, so that we only have to do one mailing rather than having to pay for two. And we hope to have a final vote down here in the
Pavilion.
the pavilion in early August. We'll announce that ahead of time. It will be on a Saturday. We'll need to get quorum together, just like we did for the member meeting in April, and we will vote on it. It's going to take a 10% quorum. 10% of the membership must be represented to represent quorum, because this is internal to our governance. And then we just need to vote yay or nay. And if we vote yay, we'll be able to do a lot more things cheaper.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim.
Just a quick one on the mailing. He's talking about to inform the people what we're looking for here is the electronic voting, this, that, but we're going to tag on to it with the membership team, asking for, we need, membership team is going through the county records and making sure our members list is accurate by mailing address. But we need email addresses, we need phone numbers if they prefer to be text messaging. So in the future, we can communicate electronically and save a lot of money, and we can electronically vote, which is what we're after for January 24th. We got to be able to vote electronically. So that's the mailing we're going to do. A single mailing, but it'll cover several things.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Go ahead.
I don't believe that Robert's rules.
Come up, please, so everybody can see you and hear you on the YouTube.
Mr. Chairman, I don't believe that the Robert's Rules of Orders latest edition, newest revised edition, is in our bylaws with regard to. We can hear you. I don't believe that the Robert's Rules of Order is in our bylaws with regard to how we run meetings. And I was wondering if that might be something we could consider along with electronic voting to bring us up to and into that kind of
Jim?
Just to respond to that, this is the first baby step of updating all of our bylaws. Okay? So this is going to make it easier for us to have the subsequent votes on things like how are we going to deal with the lava lots? How are we going to deal with any number of issues, including enshrining things like that? Whether or not we want to have mechanisms for a number of things that people have pointed out as we've had discussions about the bylaws.
This is simply trying to get the infrastructure in place to make it easy to do the other things that we want to do.
And I appreciate the need to update infrastructure, and Robert's Rules of Order is certainly part of that. It is in the Hawaii revised statutes with regard to homeowner associations, that number 2 is that these are run by Robert's Rules of Order's latest edition, and that allows members to participate at a level and understand how to interact with and get called on. That's my, I appreciate electronic voting.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, brother.
Did you want to?
Jim?
I don't need to say it. This is just evidence that, thank you very much, evidence that amongst the working groups, we need to have some coordination because one group's working on this and somebody else is working. We have to just pull together, and we'll do that. It's just everybody's kind of going at it and trying to define what they're doing, and then by the next month or two, I think we'll see a lot of coordination.
All right.
Okay.
Hold on. One question here.
I believe Robert's Rules is a requirement. It might be in the charter.
It's not in the bylaws. It's not in the bylaws.
Yeah, but if it's in the charter is higher up than the bylaws. I'm just saying, I believe it's in there.
Right.
And my next comment was to Mr. Feldman. I heard what you said. I interpreted that differently about the amendment to the bylaws. I put together something and get it to you to review, and then we can talk about it.
Okay.
Fine. Take it offline.
Yeah. All right, Smiley. Lava lot. This one's you.
Okay. So, working group Lava Lot report. Attendees of the group so far have been myself, Stacy Welsh, Maddie Welsh, Jim Penny, Chris Burmeister, and Dane DuPont. Douglas Lay is participating, but it will be through email and communication. He hasn't come to our meetings so far. So 2 official meetings have been held. We are still attempting to define the scope of the committee, but are addressing issues of a clear definition of lava lots, and inaccessible lots, how they are versus lava lot or inaccessible lot. County-owned lots, both in the lava zone and in general Leilani, etc., with the expectation that we will make a recommendation to the board concerning assessments, and if so, how determined and applied. Clearly, whatever we all agree with, the bylaws will have to reflect our decision. Based upon the suggestion of the working group, we anticipated that the Department of Public Works or another county agency would be able to provide clear definitions of who bills. A visit was made to the DPW, Planning and Finance, tax departments. Unfortunately, no clear directions were given, but we are still pursuing the county for assistance. And we will know more next month, and we welcome new attendees. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yep.
And if you do want to join the Lava Lot group, you can see Smiley or Chris or
Stacy or Jim, Maddie, her
yeah.
daughter.
Right, so, okay, moving on to, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, Bill.
Did it fire?
One issue.
Yeah.
The bylaws require that the assessments be made pro rata. Pro rata means that we have to determine the amount to be raised and then divide that by the total number of lots, whether lava covered or not. If they're going to be part of Leilani, all the assessments have to be equal. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead, man.
Big,
That ain't right, that's gonna change. People who can't get to a totally covered lot are not the same as the people that there's a road that gets in and their lots covered.
That's that's something the group is working on.
And potentially the bylaw committee can work with us. Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, Mary Ann, are you prepared to give Michael Howard's maintenance report?
Yes. I came this morning, to pick up Michael's report, and, it was quite interesting. He had a complaint lodged against us about, brush overhang, so I'm gonna mention that first. Some of my other notes here. Oh, good gracious. About the roadside not being cleared enough. It was right here on Moku, by the way. I don't know if you've heard that yet. And so he was going out with the sidearm, I guess, to clear that. It was a safety issue. And also, so that was just today. So my thought to do with the roadsides that he maintains all the time is, can we send out a notice to the owner somehow via email or whatever about if they have overgrowth that is, impeding his mowing the side or whatever, that contact Michael or whoever, and we could help the Park Grounds Committee. So this is Michael's report. Park and Rec maintenance employee, Michael Howaniel, daily duties list that he performs daily. It's the same as last month. I can read it if you'd like. Then it says, since the last board meeting, monthly shoulder mow complete for this month. Sidearm currently just finished Moku Street and will continue next on Kapono. Park Grounds, after figuring out where I want to install one of the 2 playground equipments, and I believe he means the 3 big round pieces. Yeah. I will be installing it next week. I want to thank Rich for approving and picking up my battery-powered pole saw. I have started trimming back overhung trees and branches and will continue to do so. Please contact me if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you for your time. Have a good evening, Michael Howaniel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you for making the cookies.
Thank you.
Well, and Michael can't be here again because he has family obligations, second Thursday every month. So, but we also kind of have one in the same, which went past the Park Grounds is kind of one in the same. I'm thinking with Michael somewhat being the lead. I think it's common sense that whoever is working on this Parks Committee work directly with Michael, who knows what's going on more than any of us do. And I'll read my little report here. I'll try and be quick. And the committee or working group is, of course, Michael, John Segala and his son, and myself. John added 4 bird of paradise plants next to the longhouse to complete the renovation of 2 flower beds. Mark has also added the lantana, and I keep trying to pull weeds off them. John made the fruit exchange box, as you can see at the front of the entrance here of the building. Michael and I planted 6 photocarpus trees in the playground this week for future shade for the families. Those were also donated at no expense to the LCA. The 2 bulletin boards have been upgraded to add corkboard instead of trying to push pins in plywood, thanks to Rich and the First Lady for installing. John added trim around the pavilion corkboard as the adhesive in this humidity didn't want to hold. I'm hoping in the future this will be the responsibility of the office manager to keep tidy and remove old posts as needed weekly. Oh, and I wrote my notes here. Mahalo to Michael for getting the grinder out and sharpening my lightweight shovel to a point because I thought I could plant the trees. He had to get the OO bar out. Thank you, Michael. I brought you cookies. Okay, and so my request then is I would like 1 large load of black cinder to stockpile for use in the playground area for the low spots that are like a swamp and other areas, but as of right now, there's none available. But that's a request from the Park Grounds Committee. I want to give a bathroom report, and I'm glad John already mentioned the painting. So that's part of, anyway, so I don't have to read John's part again. I cover opening the park, weekends, holidays, and Michael's days off. We have several neighbors volunteering to close the park at 9 p.m. There's always room for more volunteers, so we can rotate as needed for whatever reason. First, thanks to Rich for coming early on Father's Day to help me evict the person sleeping in front of the entrance of the building. June 19th was a federal holiday, and when I opened up the first bathroom, I found wads of wet TP stuck to the ceiling, mirror, and walls. I cleaned it up instead of just locking the door with an out of order sign on it and leaving it for Michael. I personally feel the responsibility of the person opening should be willing to do more than just add TP. Make sure the toilets are clean and pick up the trash as needed around the 4 outside rubbish cans. Recently, a feral or dumped dog has been pulling the trash bags out of the cans, looking for scraps. Mark mentioned last month that it was the responsibility of people who use the building or pavilion to take their trash and rubbish with them. For example, after parties or bingo. And I was wondering, is this on our rental agreement? Curious, that's my question. I haven't looked over there. So my suggestion to the 2026 board, the responsibility to coordinate the volunteers to open and close the park be a director's responsibility that they could rotate or whatever they agree to do, instead of not leaving everything to all the president or. And by having volunteers opening and closing the park, that's an annual savings of $3,600.
Sarah Yeckley, would you care to do the members list, please?
Sure. Can everybody hear me?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Membership, working group, pretty simple. I've got a list of 2,000 line items on an Excel sheet. And on each of those lines is a block number that aligned with the old map, TMK, current owner per the county's records, street address of the property, mailing address of the owner per the county's records, and then whether it is identified as a lava lot by the taxes paid for the county records. So I've gone through that list. It's complete. I did have help from several other volunteers in the community, which I really appreciated. And my understanding with the membership list is that there is a desire to have emails and phone numbers associated with that. I don't know how to gather those rather than putting something out on the website. But if anybody has some suggestions on how to gather that information, it can just be added as columns to this spreadsheet. Because it's a spreadsheet, it could be sorted by owner's name, by TMK, by lot number. So there's lots of different ways. Lava lot, because there's a note that says lava lot. So there's lots of ways to sort the list. And so because the county records have been checked, I would consider the list ready to share with other groups. So if those other groups want to reach out to me, what I would prefer to do is send it through the board somehow, and I will date it so that anytime I touch it, it will always have the most current date on it, so you know which version is the most current. And that's where we are with the membership list. If anybody else wants to participate, please let me know. Yeah.
Approximately how many hours have been involved in doing this list update?
Sure. Okay, so if you take 2 to 3 minutes to look at the list and then pull up the records on the county real property website, so you can click on the map and go down. It takes 2 to 3 minutes per property. So it took between 75 and 100 hours.
Thank you so much.
So the lava lot committee can, because you're saying on that list, how is it designated as a county lava lot?
That they didn't have to pay tax, and that the property value is $100.
But on your list, how do you designate it?
So I've got lava lot in a column at the end.
Okay, so
you can sort it in that column.
They're going after that to the county.
So you can sort the sheet in that column and say lava lot, and they would all group together.
Sweet. Okay, they need that.
And I think
right, they need that. Yeah, negotiate with them.
Yeah, I'm a volunteer. Rod has a question.
Two.
Okay.
lost one of them. The email lists, generally in the past, people had to agree. I
Agreed to give their email out.
Yeah, I had somehow another Dropbox pop up on my computer where it came from, but there's a pretty decent sized list. I don't know how old it is. I can try to hunt it up and make that available.
Awesome.
Okay, that would be great. Anything helps build our foundation.
Yeah.
So I'd appreciate
And
that.
the second was, there are quite a few lava lots valued at $200, and there's some valued up to $500. $501, they have to pay taxes to the county.
Okay,
Just information.
thank you very much. Okay, any other questions, Bill?
Yes, is providing an email address and phone number voluntary? Yeah.
I would say it is.
It has to be.
Mhm.
It has to be.
Yeah.
We need it desperately, but yeah, you can't force anybody.
Okay, any other questions?
So
Okay,
the mailing that we're gonna do, soon, is gonna ask for that. So we will get you the email addresses, phone numbers in case you wanna do
Okay.
text messaging.
And,
So we'll
and
get
please
that to
keep
you.
in mind that the list is only as good as the county records.
Right. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
On the
I'm sorry.
question, on the mailing that we're gonna do, we can also say they could create a new mail address just for Leilani information. They don't have to give their personal. I mean, I have like 9 email addresses depending on what I'm using it for.
Thank you.
Okay.
Jim, you're up.
And they don't have to get
Thank you.
mixed up with their personal email.
As you can see, some of these issues are quite complex, especially with regards to privacy of people's email and telephone numbers. There's a very simple way, especially in an Excel spreadsheet, to just flag those with a little asterisk at the beginning, which indicates you guys can use it for official business, but I don't want anybody else in the membership to be provided that information. So that's one issue that's arisen in the past.
Yeah.
With regard to the election committee, we're looking at least 2 different alternatives. One we looked at this past year called Election Buddy, and we actually prepared everything, including the ballots, the proxies, and so on and so forth, with Leilani logo on it. All of the biographies, the biograph on all the people running, so the nomination, we can do all that, and it's in the process of being tested. We've met twice already. We'll go through. We can do free tests for up to 5 people at a time, which means if we have 15 people, we'll just do the test 3 different times and have people respond. But all you have to do is go on and check. If you have 1 lot, you get 7 votes. If you have 2 lots, or if you have 10 lots, it's 70, and so on. The computer keeps up with all of that. There's also an option to do both hard copy mail, or email, and there's a unique number identifying every individual, so they cannot be duplicated. So in the event that someone both mails in their ballot and responded electronically, we have the option to say, no, we're going to only take this one over that one. Personally, I don't have a preference, but only 1 vote per lot will be involved. We're just in the process. We're making some good headway. We're doing some testing. We could use more people that say to us, please include me or send me a test so I can vote. That would be nice. Or I'd also like to be on the committee. Either way. So
two different companies can kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, the one that we're looking at, or the one that we looked at the most, has millions and millions of tests. The Hawaii Employees Credit Union uses this Election Buddy. So it's very, very popular. Many HOAs. And as bizarre as we think some of our unique circumstances are, they've encountered virtually every one of those.
Yeah.
So, yes, sir.
So if somebody doesn't have a computer, they're not interested in having a computer, they can get mailed a paper ballot.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And all of the responses go back to, in the case of Election Buddy, to them. They wouldn't come here at all. So on the day of the election, we get a report. Here's the vote and the tallies, but that would have to be modified by the fact that people can still show up at the pavilion up until the meeting starts and become current and vote.
Yeah.
So they would have an option, hard copy wise, to do that. That would have to be consolidated.
Thank you.
Thank
And then proxies, was that just a proxy situation?
Yes.
What about proxies, Jim?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Like proxies, they deal with that as well?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
great,
And yes, we'll have to modify and address bylaws changes to accommodate for all of it.
exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's, what's your
Park grant.
Yeah.
Status report on the park grant. We'd like Rod to help us out here.
There's a welcome,
Since, what's that?
one more welcome report.
Mary Ann?
I think that was made an error. Is that just to say you want to welcome people, Mary Ann, or is there
Well, yes and no.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought. Sorry.
I could put on my.
Man, don't let us.
Welcome wagon. Yay.
So, we had an Aloha committee 4 years ago when I was on the board, long story short. And we hosted a meet and greet, talk story, whatever, a couple of times. And I'm suggesting perhaps we do one Sunday, September 14th from 1 to 3. I'd love to have a few people help me, but that's just what it is.
Mhm.
Come together, eat some cookies, talk story, meet your neighbors, bring some flowers to give away or whatever. So that's it. And to add to this is my personal thing, since I saw Kim's beautiful hot pink t-shirt, Leilani. I would like to have some of those.
Where'd that come from?
I have no idea, but I like it.
Huh.
And could we also get some hats like Neighborhood Watch has? Leilani hats?
Please.
Professional.
Yeah.
And so we could have those available. Lastly was the placemat like I have over in the corner there, which is exactly what you have up on the wall. And then with the whole thing you have there. Yeah, in placemat form, like by the back of the sink there. So
Okay.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank
Good
you.
idea.
T-shirt's a good thing.
Yeah.
A t-shirt would be cool.
Yeah.
Especially to raise money for the park or something, some
Yeah.
new equipment or whatever.
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah,
could
yeah,
add more than cost.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I'll come for cookies.
Sundays.
Anything at all on that.
Okay.
How did we get your list to be welcome?
The whole community, we put it on the website. It had been done.
Just an open house, anybody living here.
Okay, I was gonna say, it had been sent out to new owners, Aloha packet, welcome packet, and then we'll post it up on the bulletin board too, for the September gathering. So hopefully
I
you'll.
remember welcoming my years ago.
Cold beer. Cold beer. Right.
Very open to anybody.
Okay, hold on. Park grant. Let's.
I believe the status of the park grant is the same. We're waiting from the money from the county. There's the initial request. I believe it's for $150,000 to handle what we consider to be the safety items. I want you all to know that on Saturday the 12th, Smiley has been helping set up the thing down here in the Billy Canoe Center. Ashley Kirkowicz goes to these events. I'm hoping to talk to Ashley to get answers of where it is and an answer about how flexible we can be on the money that is in there.
Okay.
So the revitalize is from 10 to 2 on Saturday this week, and it's also Civil Defense is going to be hosting, and the main focus is going to be on disaster preparedness for the community. But there's about 70 booths, and our revitalized committees and the planning, the departments in the county that will give an update on all of the recovery efforts and how things are progressing. Free plants, if you register, you can register when you go there, but you can also register online. And there will be food trucks. So I don't know if you'll have to get stamps, but there's several food trucks, and so it's fun. Yeah. At the Billy Canoe Park, above the pool in Powhatan. Yeah.
Texas barbecues will be
Yeah, yeah, there's really good food, all kinds.
Good evening.
Evening.
Leilani has those molded speed humps. Yeah,
We have one
set.
set.
So we're thinking about putting that up on Kahukai and Humukai.
At the
In
stop sign,
place-
at the stop sign. on
In place of the
Street.
stop bars, so mainly for traffic traveling on Kahukai.
Slow you down so you stop there.
So we need to get two posts, two set of posts, two inserts, and two signs. The signs probably would say slow
Speed bump.
speed hump ahead. Yeah. Providing the board agrees on this. So if the board passes it, then we have volunteers to help me, then I can put it up.
Okay.
Would this be coming down Kahukai or?
Both sides.
Both sides.
Both sides.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Is a sign better?
No, I don't think you can go around it because it's gonna be, I'm gonna put it right through, much easier.
It's on both
There is nobody
sides.
going
It's on both
Yeah.
sides.
right through on both sides.
And a moat on either side.
They bought this thing, I mean, like 6 years ago. It's been in the storeroom right here for
6
that
years
long.
ago.
But they got a big argument about liability concerns, because somebody's got a low rider car comes through screaming and they damage the car, and they ended up never putting it in. It was bought and put on, and I don't blame them, on Miley
Miley
Street,
Street.
where Section 1 they all pour out the back side on the Malama, and they take Miley Street to get to Leilani Boulevard. And so it was bought for the Miley Street, but then they got these big arguments about the insurance and liability, and they never used it. So it's already been bought. It's like $3,500 for this thing. And so Mark and I were talking about it. We say, hey, the only place we can put it where nobody can have an argument is at the stop sign. You're supposed to stop there. Let's put it there. And people don't stop there. They race through. So let's put it there. And then let's put the signs up so we're legal in that sense. But still, I mean, nobody can have an argument. It's at the stop sign.
On the street.
So we're going to use it.
Because
You just nail it.
stop sign is there.
Nail it down. That's all you do.
Yeah.
It's really
Right now,
simple.
people, they don't stop there. man. Yeah. So there's
Can we make a motion that we do that?
Fuck down,
Hey, comment?
or else, or
Hold on.
lose your ball joint.
Kahukai, Humukai.
Hold on, we got a comment here on speed bump.
ahead,
I
Rob.
believe it was 2021, Richard Skidmore put together a LCA speed hub information request packet. Have you had a chance to look at that?
He's got all that.
So it has the pictures and.
Back in the day.
He has all
Right, I did.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's got all of that. It's been years and years of paperwork on this thing.
So this type of rubber molded speed hump, it's really gradual. It's not like
It's rubber.
asphalt speed humps. Yeah. These are, if you've been down to, where's this?
Opico?
No, not Opico.
No.
Kehena. Kehena has a pocket. When you drive into Kehena, they have a big one. See, this type of rubber speed hump, you can add on to it. You can make it wide this way or wide this way. You can go 20 feet from end to end of pavement. And then you can go 10 feet both ways. All depend what you want. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And at the board meeting at Paradise Park, speed bumps are a huge issue there because they've been putting them up everywhere. He put in they asphalt a new road, they put in speed bumps. People hate them. The residents hate them. They didn't have a say in it. The board decided they're going to do this, and they're putting speed bumps everywhere. The bigger issue than just the members, though, what Paradise Park's experience is that emergency services, they hate them. But the ambulances say they got to go 4 miles an hour over speed bump. They can't get out of Paradise Park fast enough. So Paradise Park, they're going to end up tearing those out. So because they're putting them everywhere to get people that are coming off the highway from 130, they're dropping down the first road and they're racing all the way down through Paradise Park. So anyway, so
But just remember, speed humps, they have it.
This one's at a stop sign.
They have it in all the subdivisions today.
Oh yeah.
You know, in Hilo, all over.
Yeah.
You travel all in a subdivision. They got it downtown, all over.
Yeah.
So even the recent one already, Paul.
So
So
safety for the
I
community.
want to make a motion that we go ahead and install that speed speed hump at the stop sign on Kawai Street. Let's get rid of it.
A second, I
Okay.
do have a suggestion though,
Yes, go ahead.
that even if you just put a sign up, most people that blow through it anyways. What about if we paint hump on
Yeah.
the street?
Yeah.
So it's, they can't say, I didn't see the sign or anything like that. So big letters of hump, stump it.
Can do. Sure.
I think
Yeah,
to
it's trying to-
start with, we can
it's
still
trying
get
to
a
hos-
sign, but just
Just trying to
say,
house it, yeah.
big letters right there.
Yeah, I want my
Yeah. All right, good, we'll put
I
it in,
didn't know it
we'll put it in, we gotta get sign ordered.
Okay, so,
I'll show you that sign.
Yeah, vote passes,
Yes.
vote pass, yes.
Okay.
Any question?
it's
Phil.
unanimous, yeah?
Mark, let's you
Phil.
and I get together and get the signs ordered.
Can we paint white, on the street, like the ones on Kami Road? If you've been down Kami Road, there's a bunch of.
The rubber speed hump, you cannot paint on it.
No, not on the speed hump, but on the
A
pavement.
warm
Yeah.
before the.
Oh, yeah. We can do that. We can
Mark
do
said
that.
it on it before, yeah.
Yeah.
All
Sure.
right, thank you.
Yeah. Thank
All
you.
right, moving on.
I'm gonna paint one on my street. I know how.
New business. It's an old issue, but new business, at the membership meeting last April,
Okay,
membership meeting last April, there's an old debt owed Marianne Farrell right here, for a vote from what, 2 boards ago or something, where she spent her own personal money, to do all the mailings and then never got reimbursed for that. And at the membership meeting in April, everybody voted and they said, yes, pay her. The board refused to do that. The previous board refused to do that, so she hadn't gotten her money. We're saying, let's pay her and give her money. Here. So any objections?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I just want to make sure it's on the record. The new business reimburses for Mary Ann.
Keep quiet.
On our charter, 6, there shall be a board of directors to make rules and regulations. May 13, 21, the board affirmed the procurement and contracting policy. It passed unanimously. Mary Ann Farrell, Jim Denny, and Phil Denny all voted for that, and her actions did not comply to the procurement and contracting policy. Then for Mary Ann to receive reimbursements would require the following actions. This is for our paperwork. A newer revised or amended purchasing agreement policy that would eliminate the documented by written agreement contract. It would eliminate the board shall approve these contracts. It would eliminate the $500 per board member requirement. It would eliminate the obtain competitive bids from 3 qualified vendors requirements. Also have a problem if we apply for an exception from the IRS concerning item 1024A. That affects our tax status because it says no part of your net earnings can inure to the benefit of any private shareholder or individual. Article.
Call paying the debt.
yeah, come on, Pete, observe the rule, please.
Also, Article 16 Amendment, Section 3, Notice of Meetings, at least 10 days, but not more than 60 days before the day for such meeting to take any of these corporate actions. A vote would have to be made to change the charter, and that requires 75%. The charter, 4th, neither the whole nor any part or portion of the assets, provided further that neither the whole or any part or portion of such assets, income or earnings shall ever be used for, accrue to, or inure to the benefit of any private individual. Charter 5th, basically the same thing.
We're not, okay, that's enough. We're not changing any policies, we're not changing any rules. In the past, we're making
I believe you're violating. There's a
specific
difference
issue.
between changing and violating.
We're not changing anything.
Okay, Charter 12th of incorporation, permit the earnings of the corporation to the benefit of any member.
We're making a call on one individual debt. not changing any rules, not changing any, you still gotta need permission, 3 bids for $500 or more. We're not changing that. Go ahead.
We disagree. Go ahead, continue.
To renew, to give
Yeah,
her back
Marion has
money
something she wants to read.
for debt.
This is a letter from me to the board. And that's the date, July 25th, 2022. Dear board members, Dendra, Rod, and Steve at that time. I was directed by the 2021 board to manage the ballot mailing and elections. In good faith, I did so. I openly worked on getting a ballot mailed out in a timely manner with input from different community members. President Caleb Bandman was fully aware I was assigned the duty, and he was busy moving and had COVID. With Greg Armstrong's years of service to the board as treasurer, I relied on him to give me guidance, as this was my first year as a board member. He gave me the contact person for the printer he had used and said that Kim would give them the mailing files. I did not know until I received my assessment dues in the mail in January that Greg had already chosen to send those out. My suggestion would have been to send the two together, the assessment and the ballot mailing, as we talked about in November of that year. And he said that's how we had always done it. And so it forced 2 mailings at that point. I went to arbitration with Al, which was not fruitful, and I would have been willing to compromise at that time. I was willing to do whatever, but anyway, so thank you for listening. And
What year was that? I want to see if the other one got paid.
yeah, 2022. And I didn't submit a bill until the new board was elected because there was so much animosity between the 4 and the 3. So I didn't submit one until the new board.
I think what you're asking, it's like it sets a bad precedent for people who want to volunteer and they're asked to do something. So far for myself, I haven't spent 1 dime of LCA money to do what I do. I go buy it myself. I don't want the hassle of having to bother anybody for the money. And for you to do that and take it out of your pocket, I feel ashamed for the people that didn't pay you back. It's a shame that they didn't pay you back for that. I mean, you do more for the damn community than anybody I know. Scrubbing toilets, you should get double the money if it's up to me.
And I can also pull up many people getting constant reimbursements. Anyhow, for thousands of dollars. I can pull those all out. I think we're a little biased on this one.
Kathy?
At the next members meeting, everybody voted except the few people.
Right.
That everybody, that she should be reimbursed and it wasn't done because it was on them. This needs to be done. This is a shame. I don't care what it says. This is a shame. She was out with $2,000 or $3,000. Greg got paid, but she didn't.
Yeah, that's right. So, Pete's got his hand up.
I say here to what you said. And I also say,
Is there interest payment involved in this reimbursement? And she is due it. Excuse me, but that's my opinion.
So let's,
She's fine.
So, we have a difference of opinion, not only what happened at the meeting, and what my version and your version is. You're gonna vote anyways. I just wanna make sure you know I'm voting no, because of 414D 152, liability. Liability.
you can vote no. Okay, we don't need to.
Liability for, I'm just talking liability for unlawful distributions. I'm voting no, I don't want to be liable.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, let's take, as a board, we'll vote again, and then we'll tell Janice, please cut you a check. Okay, so you can give the paperwork to her. Okay, I make a motion, we pay.
I second that.
Okay. Motion passes. Okay, so please pay. We can forget about this. It's been hanging out there.
4 to 1, is that the vote?
There's another note here from reimbursements for Jim Penny. You want to bring this one up?
Okay, you want me to address it? In accordance with what we're supposed to do based on Hawaii statutes as well as our bylaws, I've asked, as many of you have many times, for information to be provided, a members list, check registers, a view of the checks, the financial. You're allowed to do that at any time as any member of the entity. However, that was not observed for a couple of years. I did, however, ask for a members list, as did John Segala. Many months later, I was provided a members list. Had I taken action on the members list, that would have cost me a great deal of money because half of the list was wrong, including Al Morrow's address and Rich's address, my address, and many, many others. It was a faulty list. So I brought it back. Same thing happened with John. He brought it back and said, well, this list is of no value. Plus, the board elected to charge $2 per page, $2 per page. Just this past week, an attorney said 50 cents is way too high. It shouldn't be any more than 10 cents. Now, the county charges you a couple bucks for the first page, and then the rest are 8 cents or some de minimis amount, but not $2 a page. So it was a 70-page list. It could have been provided on a jump drive or electronically. It could have been emailed. But here's a printed list, 71 pages, and an invoice which I have with me, and I paid. John was out of town. We paid his. And so we're just asking to be reimbursed, which I did in writing on September 4th of, I guess, last year. I've got a copy of the request for reimbursement. That's what that's all about. Thank you.
And to further that, you paid, but you paid because they told you, and they told me that we could not vote. And that there was completely wrong. I had this conversation with Al 2 days ago, and Al said that the secretary at the time should never have held that against us to let us not be nominated. We're not to be charged except for what we owe for our lots, not for side charges or whatever.
They were not members in good standing because they owed the association money. The way Al said it before.
And I actually just wanted to have it as a credit toward my next payment for the assessment. I don't need money in hand, so that's what I'd like to address.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So again, as a board, can we vote to reimburse them $140 each? $142 each. Anybody have a problem with that?
You want it reimbursed or added to your?
I'd like just to have it. I mean, a credit. I mean, I don't personally care.
It's probably in the system as a credit because she puts everything in the one account.
Okay, I'll take the cash. I could use that.
Yeah, reimbursement.
Thank you.
Okay.
Steve, question?
Yes.
I know that Gene Grant was also billed for financial documents.
And they're still sitting in the office.
Yeah, it's just sitting here.
So I don't
It
know
does
if
work.
it needs to be reimbursed or.
Did she pay?
Correct?
Gene Grant,
Did she pay? No.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
And the whole problem is none of it's correct. None of it
The
is.
members list is terrible.
Well, the members list and the financials and everything else are not correct.
So I don't want to open a floodgate here, but we're also asked illegally to have our requests certified and notarized, which costs a chunk of money as well. Are those expenses reimbursable?
It's not in the bylaws.
No.
No,
But they had
it's
put a,
not.
no, it's not in the bylaws.
Because
It's
when
supposed to
I
make
went
it
on the
difficult.
website for the state, it says we have a right to request that.
Absolutely, state law,
Yes.
and they illegally put an obstacle in our way by
Yeah,
making us get a notarized document.
Keep the comments, please, to the, don't interrupt the speaker, please.
So can we ask for reimbursement on those as well if we show proof of having paid for a notarization?
Can we give you that answer next meeting?
Sure.
So we have time to.
Right. We got to look into that.
Can I comment, please?
Yes, go ahead.
Federal law says that a declaration under penalty of perjury is exactly the same as a sworn statement. a declaration under penalty of perjury is accepted by the Hawaii Courts of Appeals. And it seems to me that if that is good enough for the United States government and the Hawaii Courts of Appeals, it should be good enough for Leilani Estates. So there is no requirement for a signed
Affidavit.
an affidavit. A statement, a declaration of penalty of perjury is sufficient.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got,
One more.
I understand what, Phil is saying. I think we should have legal check that out. Considering having, these affidavits notarized, I had 16 that I had to go to Hilo and have notarized in the 2019-2020 board. The lawyer Lincoln Nishida made that a requirement. It wasn't my board, it was previous board. I also had to do one for the 2021 board, who actually followed up and did provide me the information I was asking for. So I'm just saying,
You have receipts?
it's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take.
But no, there's no reason for it, and there's no law that says.
So he should be reimbursed too.
Well, there may be, I'm just saying, I'm requesting we get legal, give an
Or
opinion.
anything
Thank you.
regarding that. Sorry, no pressure.
Okay, one more thing, that, we discussed, is, this past voting cycle, lava lots with no road access were charged $100 a lot. So they, with the explanation that those people enjoy the facilities. So do anybody that drives into our damn neighborhood enjoys the facilities. However, they still don't have road access. And so I would like to see the people that, do you know, Janice, there's a number for how many dollars came in as a result of
It'd
that?
be pretty easy to find,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Okay,
What's that? What's he said? What did you
she
say?
said it'd be pretty easy to find, but.
Yeah, let's-
Well, it'd be $100 basically, and then I'd have to see how many people have more than one lava lot.
Right, well, we know some people in the room have several, but I feel that if this was enacted, this lava lot assessment, and I don't believe proper notice was given, was proper notice given for that?
No.
So proper notice wasn't given, and they didn't apply, the pro rata, requirement, is what I understand, and is it in our bylaws, if you don't have road access,
No, but this all needs to be dealt with.
We're working on the lava lot committee to address
Yeah.
all of those issues. Some were billed, some weren't billed. The county was billed the prior year, and their votes were kicked out. This past year, I went down and said, did you get billed $14,000? And the answer is not only did they got a credit of $200.
So it seems to me that there's a big misalignment where the largest landowner in Leilani, being the county, got a $200 credit, and people that may not even live on this island anymore are getting charged $100. So to a lot they can't access. And so I think it would encourage people that are working with lava lot, I'll call them refugees for lack of a better term. We don't know where half of them are. We're trying to locate them. That they would be more willing to work with our group to figure out how to do things if they were treated equally, and didn't have this thrown at them. I feel like it's almost like a punishment to, we are kicking when you're down type of thing.
We've been getting a bunch of hate mail because people are, their county taxes say their lot's worth $100, and we billed $100 for their lava lot. Not everybody, a lot of people didn't. Other people did get billed. A lot. I dare say they probably not a lot of them sent the money in. So I'm saying we reimbursed $100 because it wasn't. Nobody knew about it. It was just thrown out there, hindsight.
I don't want to throw any water on the parade, but the bylaws are very clear that everybody who owns a lot owes a fair share of what the budget is. We've never had a budget that I can tell, so we're not following our process to arrive at assessments. The process at which we said these lots will pay nothing was illegal under our bylaws.
Yeah.
The process by which we arrived at $100 charge was illegal under our bylaws. So I think this one really has to go to
For
The lava committee.
future, but for this last round, nobody knew about it. They just arbitrarily sent a bill of $100.
Understand, but they also arbitrarily made it zero because they had no right to make it zero. All right, under our bylaws. I don't mean to be a picky one on this, but we are fixing all this. And it may be better to wait until we fix it and then retroactively apply that so that we're clean under our bylaws rather than writing over the top of them.
Because I'm just saying a lot. I get a lot of letters, a lot of people, and they didn't send their money in.
Peace.
And so it's not fair to the ones that did. So we need to clear it up.
Peace. I totally understand, and I'm not trying to say that one way or the other what should happen, but I think if you go with, let them figure it out, it'll be cleaner for you.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to offer maybe a solution on that. Possibly, if it's within the committee or something to explore, that the people who have lava lots, that signed up for the county buyout and the county ran out of money, they don't want to be part of Leilani. They don't want that. They want it out. I felt like it was kind of unfair to charge them. They don't want anything to do with it. Is it possible to draw up a waiver that would release them from being able to vote or proxy a vote to someone, and let them opt out of Leilani and then not be charged?
We have to definitely work on that.
Just opt out.
Yeah.
Here's your legal form. You're opted out of Leilani. Done.
Only one buyout was offered, and so there's many people that took that buyout and they're stuck with these properties and they don't want to have anything to do with it at the moment. Yeah.
Janice, how many people have actually paid the lava lots?
I have to go in this.
We'll table this for now and revisit it next month, and she'll get some docs for us.
County didn't this year.
Yeah, she'll
right?
get a documentation for us. We don't know.
Why weren't the county not?
But as I go through the list and I see 100, there's quite a few.
I guess my question is,
But I probably
Table it.
can go off your list, compare it to a good amount.
I agree on the what's in the books, but there were properties at the time with the tax value of $434,000. We're told they don't have to pay, and there's 51 properties worth $100 that do have to pay and have to pay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll table this one, and Janice will get us some numbers for a meeting next month. All right, and Lava's Oak Committee, they're working, so they're doing their thing. All right. Let's open it up. Let's just open it up.
All right, so go ahead.
Let's open up open forum, and anybody's got anything you want, jump up here to this mic and.
I'm coming back, but I can't jump.
Hold on.
No.
Are you speaking?
Take your time.
I want to commend everybody on the board and everybody, because everybody's working really hard to repair a lot of roads. I just wanted to bring something to the attention. I know the board's the only one that can do anything about it. We have a problem with the person that handles the office. She's so rude to people. And this is what I consider, I was in customer service most of my life. It's a customer service position besides anything else. You should be open and pleasant to anybody coming in here and, very helpful, because they're not here just for fun. They have a question or whatever. And the person is not nice to people, cusses at people, and is rude to most people. I hear that all the time. And I've even heard that, I heard we pay her overtime and she's playing solitaire. I'd like you to address that, because we need to, we're getting rid of some bad things. We need to get rid of that, because we need a fresh customer service focused person. That's all.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
This is his first board meeting, but he's lived here for 13 years.
He lived with that kid.
He's lived in Richmond for 8 years.
I'm first time, so I'm not so sure this topic came out or not in the past. This is about the water. Last summer, I had to bring twice for water for my catchment. And the price was $700 per truck. Twice means $1,400 last year I spent to bring the water in. I have a 10,000 gallon, but I have but 2 kids living with me still. So I got 4 of us living in my house. So I just go ahead, check if county is interested, bringing in the water to Leilani. That's not good. Did you discuss already this?
Oh, it's a big issue in Lower Puna, the lack of infrastructure when they designed
That's right.
all of these subdivisions.
So I went to water department, and if all the Leilani estate members of board agree, they said they will consider. I'm not saying they'll bring county water, but I said probably because Leilani has a catchment, most of us, all of us are catchment. So maybe we're not interested in tapping into the water. However, we're interested maybe bringing in the fire hydrant in section by sections. And I was they will consider, that's what they said. So I just wondering if you in the past you have considered that options.
I just had a water meter put in Orchid Land. $21,000 from one customer.
Oh, I see.
It's hugely expensive. Hugely expensive.
The water department, yep, that's exactly it is. So water department, and then I checked the mayor's office, and the mayor's office replied me an email. The Leilani estate area has still federal government funding left over. So this money can be allocated to help water county. But water county is autonomous, they said. So they can work with the county or not, I'm not so sure, but mayor's office said that. So I'm not so sure. If you
So there was 35 million federal funds allocated to the Department of Water, and 5 million, give or take, was used in our eruption area. The rest of it was used elsewhere, and so
use less water.
well, honestly, we installed seamless gutters. What's his name?
Thank you.
sorry, thanks so much.
Yeah, I have a question for you.
Hold on, back there.
What did you pay $700
$700 each time.
Oh, yeah, who are you buying water? We used to pay $260 a lot.
Pink truck lady. I don't remember
the pink truck lady.
The iron horse.
Big pink truck.
So if a Leilani estate as a whole, we contract with one water truck company.
Julian.
Get discount or something.
Yeah. Was 260 not that long?
Julian.
Yeah. But last year, Julian also quoted me $500. I mean, because I just got to get phone.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Any other business, any other open forum stuff?
Step up to the
Hold on.
mic, please.
I do have a question, I guess towards the architectural committee, or working group. I just don't know if the board has addressed or wants to address or can address some of these houses that are around that are burned to the ground and just sitting there. We've got one on North Alapai where there was some kind of fire arson several months ago, and it's an eyesore in the community. It affects everybody's value of their assets, which are their homes here. And I'm just wondering if there's anything that the board or somebody can do about it. Thank you.
I'd like to speak just briefly in support of that. When you guys put your budget together for next year, I would strongly encourage you to start to, you're allowed to do a contingency fund. As we modify the bylaws, we can add into that the ability to have a neighborhood improvement reserve fund specifically to buy up or to demolish things like that. We can establish controls around it, votes by the membership to approve the expenditure or not, those sorts of things. But I would really consider that we need to start to buy, I mean, John, you do yourself buying up, trash lots just to clear the people out. We can do that as a community.
If we pool our resources, reserve fund, we could actually go to the auctions and buy those lots. So, but we
Right,
need to establish
if you can get a hold of the owner.
I have a quick question just for the board to mull over, not necessarily answer today, but my question is, if you miss 3 meetings, should you step down? That's just my question for y'all to figure out. It's not in the bylaws, but if, yeah.
There's policies that I found on file from 2015 that state if you miss a certain number of meetings, then you step aside.
Well, it's different. There's a procedure to remove people, but what I read is if a director misses 3 meetings within the assigned period between elections, it's tendered a resignation. It serves as tendered the resignation.
I think we have to look at that. I know that Greg is having health issues. He's been having health issues for a long time, and he let us know this evening that he has to go to see a doctor. I just think that that's a decision that the board has to make. As far as I surely think that the more directors we have that are active in trying to fix the problems, that's the better our community is going to be. And I would encourage him to address his health. And then, because I know that he goes to Neighborhood Watch, he goes to bingo and the yard sale, and so he's got a lot. I can't speak to that. I'm just saying that he's got a lot on his hands, and that's a decision that we have to look at, and maybe that's a personal issue.
So could we draft him a letter thanking him for his service and all the things he's done for the community, and asking him to step aside for health reasons, for the good of the community, so that we can have a fully functional board? Nothing that implied. We're not trying to remove them, because there are specific ways of removing directors, and they're difficult. But if he'd be willing to volunteer to step down for the good of the community, and
He's
proven
thinking,
himself as a person
he is in the process of thinking about that.
Yeah,
I think that would be
he's
good
said
for
he would like to walk away from this. So
I don't think that's a bad ask. It's a legit question, and that again, the board will have that conversation.
We'll write him a letter. Yeah.
Jim, write the letter.
We'll write him a letter.
Not this Jim.
Friedman.
Anything else out there?
Yeah.
If not, we're going to adjourn. Thank you so much.
Good meeting. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Maybe I can come out of them and say, wow, we had a really good meeting.